episode of 40s and 20s. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm Mike.
And we have another video podcast.
Have you ever just tried to laugh? Have you just tried to laugh?
I don't think I've ever laughed in my whole life.
Like evil laugh. What's your best, like belly evil laugh?
Mine?
Yeah. It's actually not. It's not bad.
That's not terrible. I feel like this is really stupid.
You have to the hands. The hands are like
is that
90% of it.
Right.
Like imagine if you were you just trapped a girl on railroad tracks. It's like a Tuesday for you.
This is what I deal with.
Because you can't pay the rent, so you go.
Right. So she couldn't pay the rent, so you tied her to the rail track.
Obviously,
how is that going to solve
anything?
That's the
appropriate punishment for not being able to pay the rent.
You're still not going to get your rent.
Yeah, but at least I crushed a girl.
Wow.
Beneath the train track. I don't know. The 1900s were a weird time in movies. Okay.
Have you heard about Canonical Ryan?
Canonical Ryan?
Yeah.
No.
We came up with this thing last week where we were out and somehow we're talking about tying girls up and things like that.
Okay.
And I mentioned that I think it's kind of hot. And
wow. Okay.
So
like in a fetish kind of thing.
In a fetish,
like a consensual kind of way.
Consensual way.
Okay.
And everyone established that it's canon now that Ryan's a misogynist for some reason and an abuser of women.
Okay.
So Canonical Ryan, if you come across it on the interwebs, that's what it is.
So on our Wikipedia, for those of you who edit our Wikipedia faithfully every week, thank you. Please stop.
Yeah.
Because it's weird. It's getting really weird. How did you know what I ate for breakfast?
Welcome to another episode of 40s and 20s. I'm your host, Ryan.
I'm many jokes.
That's Mike.
I'm Mike.
He's a guy.
I'm a guy who does things.
And a lot of stuff has happened.
Since the last month.
It's insane.
It's a crazy month.
So crazy.
What's the biggest thing that happened this last month? Let's just say it on three.
1, 2, 3. I
Pokemon
fixed my
Go.
hair. Oh. My hair looks
a lot better. On three again. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ryan fixed his hair.
Jones season 2 trailer.
There wasn't even one.
I meant Iron Fist and the other things.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Let's cut this.
Okay. You want to do it again then?
Oh,
okay.
Sure. I don't know, whatever.
Let's on three. Let's get together this time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Ryan fixed his hair. Okay. It's good.
Is that how the joke is supposed to go?
I think the second time you were supposed to say something
Pokemon
else.
Go? Let's do it one more time.
Okay. On three, let's get it the same answer.
Okay.
Like we're friends.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, on three.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Ryan fixed his hair.
Just wish you were dead.
Well, this joke's going
I think that was the joke. I'm so bad at it.
You want to keep that whole thing?
Yeah, it's fine with me. I feel like you know what? We can get closer now. You know what I mean? We can cuddle up a little bit, scooch up, sip a little drink.
Sip a little drinky drink. But yeah, a lot of stuff has happened in the last month. I think honestly the biggest thing that happened worldwide is Pokemon Go.
Absolutely,
it's crazy how A, divisive the game is.
Well, yeah, now.
And B, just how widely accepted it is as just a thing that people do now.
Yeah, it's I dove in, but I was a little bit late because I was sick the weekend it came out, so I wasn't able to go explore.
So yeah, if you can't go out,
yeah, it's totally worthless.
The game is not a game
because you can't play at home. You can't just sit at home
unless you just happen to be in an area where it's widely populated by Pokemon.
It's
impossible. Which is not in my apartment complex.
What I've been doing is I go to Vista Village because there's
downtown Vista
12 Pokestops, and I can just do a loop.
Yeah,
and hit all of them. They're usually all lured.
So if you were not familiar with Pokemon Go, and at this point, I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, it's everyone's heard of it.
It's an augmented reality game, although I actually turned the augmented reality part off because it's just so much easier to do without worrying exactly where the Pokemon is. It's also better for your battery life.
It's better for battery life, and you can tell how far away the Pokemon is.
So it was formerly an augmented reality game, but we recommend you turn that part off. It's basically you're just walking around in real-world places. It was by the people that did the game Ingress, and they used the information from that game that people submitted, which is brilliant, really.
They built up this huge database of.
They have a huge database of churches, landmarks, and they've turned them all into what they call Pokestops, where you can visit them and get items, and they've populated the world randomly with Pokemon. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Okay.
Close enough.
I know.
I've been enjoying the shit out of it. I know a lot of people are salty as fuck about it because of recent changes.
Yes, that's true. Apparently, you get refunds. One of the guys I work with got an $80 refund.
Yep. My coworker got a refund.
Yeah.
A lot of people were spending money on the game, like a lot.
I've spent $0.
I spent $1 because I was at 0 Pokeballs, and I was like,
you have to. But to be fair, I stopped playing.
Oh, really?
I did.
I'm still playing.
I went to Florida, and my internet connection was really kind of fucky. So I didn't really play a whole lot there. And then when I got back, I was like, you know what? I'm okay just not playing it anymore. I kind of realized that there isn't an end game. Like, the game I played...
It's just a grinding game.
The game I played is the game. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You just walk around, catch Pokemon, level up. With Pokemon, you get your starter... And that's like, you get that. That's your Pokemon. You level it up.
Right,
Like, you build a relationship with it. Because you're like, this is my Pokemon. This is my Squirtle or whatever. And then, you get a Pidgey. Like, okay, this is my Pidgey. I evolved it. And I've been through so many battles with this Pokemon.
This game is not that at all.
No. Okay, you get a Pidgey. And it's like, cool, I got my Pidgey.
And
Boop, there is
to the grinder.
That's a slightly better Pidgey. Fuck you, old Pidgey. And it's just like I feel like it's the opposite of what Pokemon should be.
And that's the weird thing about it is the only way to evolve is by catching more of the same type, which makes no fucking sense.
No, and then just grind them.
Nothing to do with battles. Nope. You can't really level up Pokemon with battles.
You don't. Nope. There's no battles. The only battles are gym battles, which I don't even understand.
You don't get them?
I did like 5 or 6, and I won one, but I have no idea how or why.
Yeah, it's more like, honestly, all you have to do is compare the CPs, and then you look at what type the Pokemon is. So like, oh, it's a water type. Oh, I better use electricity type. Or it's normal, I better use flying or fighting.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. And you just sit there and you tap the screen, and then sometimes you win.
But that's the thing is, you just tap the screen.
There's no turn-based. there's no strategy.
There's no strategy. You're just tapping that screen with your peen.
Despite all that, I still enjoy it, but just
it
gets
the social
me out.
aspect, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's still playing it. Well, most people are still playing it or complaining about it, and then you have something to complain about together.
So I went to Disneyland while I was playing it.
Nice.
And first of all, there are Pokestops every ride. Mm-hmm. And everyone's super cool about it. So, like, I talk to people online I would have never talked to because it's like, oh, hey, you're catching a good Pokemon? Just shit like that.
Yeah.
It definitely is a great game for bringing people together and socializing and being active, and like going out.
And it's insane, like, if you go out, like, I go to Vista Village or Carlsbad, and you just see tons of people.
Lots of people.
My coworker was telling me that him and his wife were in Carlsbad, and they were playing, and this kid goes by on his bike and dropped his ice cream.
Yeah.
This sounds like a total, like, 90s commercial, but this is what they said. He dropped his ice cream, and it was like, there's a Blastoise at the beach! Follow me to the Blastoise! And they're like, oh, this kid's just fucking with us.
Yeah.
And at the time, you could go onto Pokevision and see where the Pokemon are in your area, and they're like, oh my god, there is a Blastoise over there. So they all go, and there's like a group of kids huddled around, like, on the beach trying to catch this Blastoise. So I just got to level 21.
Nice.
And
I stopped at 14, I think.
Okay. So I feel like the game starts getting more difficult.
Yeah.
Around,
it just takes
17 or 18.
a lot longer to level up.
Well, there's that, and then you start catching really much higher CP Pokemon, and then you...
But you start getting, like, Ultra Balls and stuff like that from Pokestops, and you got raspberries. But I hear that now Pokemon run a lot more.
They do. They escape and they run a lot more than they used to. Like, I was trying to catch like a CP 100 Pidgey and it ran. I was like, "Fuck you!"
I feel like once you reach a certain level, like if you're level like 20, and there's like a 100 CP Pidgey, like just get in here.
Just get over here.
Just
let's not do this.
Let's not do this. You belong inside this ball.
And the other thing that sucks too is the only way to catch Pokemon is by throwing more Pokeballs at it, which is like not how the game is at all. You want to get it weak. You want to get it down to a sliver of life, and then you capture it.
Or if it's like a fish, you can use like a lure ball, or there were different ways. But this is just throw balls at it, and you can kind of do cool stuff like spin them.
Which there was a bug for a while where it would do the spin without you trying, and that was really annoying.
Oh, maybe that's how I was so good at spinning. I was like, how am I doing this? I got no idea. But I felt like the chosen one from the one movie Wanted. I'm like, it's like bend the Pokeball.
All right, let's talk about our shirts.
Oh, yeah.
We're wearing Rick and Morty shirts.
Yes, we are. Not the same one.
Not the same.
You can't tell. This is slightly more different than mine.
I got this at Comic-Con, which I went to Comic-Con.
How was Comic-Con?
It was my nightmare. Honestly, my anxiety, people with anxiety, especially social, like, what's it called? Like,
anxiety.
Like, people-based anxiety.
Yeah.
Too many people freak me out. And that is the most amount of people per square foot I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't even really go into the expo hall that much. Yeah. Like, I spent maybe an hour or two total.
But that's really weekend. All you need. The expo hall, like, you walk up and down the aisles, you see the shit there, but that's it.
But the Star Wars thing was pretty cool. They had like a whole Star Wars thing. They had, there was some cool stuff there, but I just didn't, I don't know. This is not my thing.
I'm super over Comic-Con, like, as a thing.
For sure. And it was cool. Like, we tried to get into a panel, and we waited in line for 2 hours and couldn't get in, and we're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
We had some friends that stayed overnight in line for Hall H. And to be fair, like, it seems like it was really cool. Like, they got to see the Marvel panel.
Yeah, but DC I mean, they were there all night.
Oh yeah, they wasted 2 whole days.
Yeah, like that's an in proportion amount of time to waste for what you get out of it.
For sure.
That I got not the same experience, but no experience, just seeing online.
Yeah.
You know.
I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy panel. I watched the Steven
the where everyone came in dressed. Like Yondu, what's his face? Michael Rooker was dressed as Yondu. Like, all that stuff is great. And I saw pretty much all the trailers. Not all of them, but like the ones they released, the ones that I cared about.
Which, honestly, I think my favorite thing was the Rick and Morty jail thing.
I'm glad that Adult Swim released an official version of that, which is great. So if you want to see this, go on Adult Swim's YouTube channel. It's the Georgia...
Yeah. It's a transcript of a trial that Justin Roiland reads word for word, and it's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
It's not like a Rick and Morty bit. All he did was Justin Roiland voiced the judge and the defendant. The judge was Morty. The defendant was Rick. And honestly, it sounds like it belongs in the show. It's so funny.
It's so good. You need to watch it. So anyway, I got.
I'll put a link to it
down.
Here.
Where the peepees are.
Where the peepee is?
I want to go where the peepees are. Look at them dancing, swirling and peeing.
Flopping around and don't get too far.
So, I honestly, if you're going to go to Comic-Con, which I don't recommend.
What's it called? Peen. Up where they thrust. Up where they hump. Up where they fuck all day in the sun. I don't know. I'm really bad at it. Yeah, okay. All right.
So I would say if you live in San Diego or if you're thinking about going to Comic-Con, I don't recommend it.
Nope. Would you say there's a lot to do around Comic-Con that you don't have to go?
So I got this shirt from the Adult Swim Carnival, and it's free. You don't have to have a ticket. You just go. And honestly, like, Saturday and Sunday were insane, but Thursday and Friday there was like no one in there. Yeah, and it was super cool.
Probably because people didn't know about it, and then the word had gotten out or something.
Well, and Saturday's the busiest day.
Yeah, that's true.
That whole day was like my nightmare. It was my fucking nightmare. The Adult Swim Carnival area was fantastic. They had prizes. You could like play games and get tickets. Liz got a Mr. Poopy Butthole body pillow.
That's exactly what Liz needed.
There's so many people with that body pillow. I got a Mr. Poopy Butthole plushie. They had like towels. They had like stickers, posters.
Here's a towel.
And free t-shirts. You get to design your own. You choose the one you want.
And that's what you designed?
And yeah, this is the one I got. Well, I mean, it's just a logo. You chose where you want it.
Oh, gotcha.
And what color shirt.
You just said all over this.
Yeah, this guy.
I want Rick's face all over this.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Well, my story about this shirt isn't... I got this in a box. I'm pretty sure it was last month's... No, I think this was the first nerd block that I gave. I gave this a poop emoji out of 10.
The bad one. Yeah.
This is the only good thing from the box, which kind of makes. I mean, it was a $30 box, and I got a $20 T-shirt out of it.
It's too expensive.
If you haven't seen it, I mean, I might link it down there. But the other things that came in that box are a 16 Candles Pop vinyl figure.
Why?
A really shitty looking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man plushie.
Oh yeah,
and
was bad.
A really shitty looking Captain America mug.
So bad. The worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
So I canceled Nerd Block.
Good.
I've out of 3 boxes, one was good. Mm-hmm. The other 2, the first one I rated a poop emoji out of 10. Mm-hmm. The other one I rated -2 out of 10. Mm-hmm. So I just figure, that's just not a good return.
You had a good
on my investment. I had one good one.
Oh, wait, I was gonna also mention. So I actually brought. I couldn't decide on which Rick and Morty shirt. So how does this work?
You just throw it on your chest.
It's like magic.
Just like this.
Oh, fuck!
I know it's crazy, right?
Weird, dude.
It just works. I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Just be glad Zach's not here.
Yeah.
Because he'll do it unconsensually, and he'll make you feel dirty afterwards.
I feel like my insides got like taken out. And
you should probably see a doctor.
Okay, radiation poisoning or something. Anyway, so yeah, this is the other shirt. It's a Incredible Tiny Rick. It's really cute.
Tiny Rick.
Love Tiny Rick.
Yeah, Tiny Rick was one of the better episodes.
Get me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. So I forgot to mention that I brought a special beer.
So this is the third. Is this the third or fourth?
I think this. I don't remember.
I didn't get one. I don't remember it last year. Is it say on here?
It might.
Oh, I like that cover.
Right.
So
tell me what is
say.
it?
I'm just gonna get this way in here.
Yeah.
This is Stone Woot Stout, which is it's a collaboration between the guy that runs Stone. Actually, he's not even there anymore. So it wasn't this Greg Koch. I guess he's still in the bottle, but he doesn't work. He's not at Stone anymore.
I thought he was the guy that.
Koch is with the beard guy.
Yeah.
Curtis is the Fark guy. So the guy that started Fark, and then Will Wheaton.
So it's the Stone Farking Wheaton Woot Stout.
So the first year they did this, we actually went to Stone. It was my birthday.
Yep, that was good.
And I wore my Star Trek shirt, and Will Wheaton was there. So we got to shake his hand. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think we shook his hand. I think he didn't want to shake hands.
He was really weird.
I think he's weird about germs because he gets sick a lot.
Yeah.
Which I understand, dude. I get it. But, I mean, he was cool anyway. He wasn't uncool.
Yeah. It says that he's the CEO and co-founder.
Yeah, I still think he... I thought he stepped down. I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong.
I saw this. It's Star Wars themed. I couldn't help but get it, and we're gonna try.
We're gonna try it out. We got Star Wars glasses here, and I've got this Batman.
Oh, you can't tell.
Bottle opener.
I have the Kylo Ren,
and then I've got mine is C-3PO, R2-D2, and their third droid lover BB-8, if you will.
So we're gonna try this out.
We'll try it out.
We've tried it out before. It's
good.
It's a good beer.
It's a good beer.
Not my favorite, but it's it's good to like if it's a special occasion thing.
Yeah.
It's like what is it? So it's a stout. It's a Woot stout, but it's also a wheat beer.
Yeah. So it's I don't know how to describe it really.
It probably describes it on the bottle. Yeah.
I'm not reading that.
Yep. Too many words.
A lot of words.
Mike doesn't know how to read.
I actually have been pretending I know how to read for quite some time. I learned some big words to say in context and in conversation.
Ooh, context.
And
that's
people
a good word.
Just, sometimes I get them right and sometimes I don't.
Cheers. Just as I remember it.
It's
all right.
Unchanged.
It's very okay.
It's not bad.
It's
not great.
It's not fantastic, but it's.
It is not the best beer I've ever had.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly close to the worst beer I've ever had.
What would you say the worst beer you ever had is? Of all time.
That one beer, which is one beer too many. Every time.
Mine is a peppercorn stout. It was
terrible. I would say mine is that Rogue Maple Bacon.
Oh, definitely. The Rogue Maple Bacon.
That is, if you like that beer, I'm sorry, but
everyone just got it because of the bottle. Because the bottle's
everyone's like, ooh, maple bacon, like that sounds great. Mm-hmm. No, the beer is
the
worst.
Terrible. It's so bad. So
I've never wanted to unbeer before in my life.
I brought you a couple gifts.
Oh, that's so nice.
From Comic-Con.
From the comic convention, San Diego.
The first is a Goku sticker that says blood for some reason.
I think Liz posted that.
Yeah, and you said you wanted it.
And I'm like, that is the greatest. And it's the fact that Goku looks so angry and he's yelling, blood. He's like, blood! Which is just so unlike Goku.
Yeah.
Which is, I enjoyed this.
The artist who did that also had, he has a book called, It's like
really.
It's called like it's called Die Homer, and it's a retelling of Die Hard with Homer Simpson as John
McClane.
Yes,
that's awesome.
And we were talking to him. He's a super cool dude. I wish I remember his name. I'll send you the thing and we can put his info.
Well, his name will go
right here. And his website. But he was super cool. We talked to him like 3 times because like he looked so lonely. He was like because we had a small little booth.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, I just drew the story and I just drew whatever I could remember how to draw by memory. So Goku's in there.
That's funny.
There's like just a bunch of random characters. Garfield, I think.
Well, thank you for this.
And then I also got you Transformers.
Oh, dude. I don't know if you can tell, guys, but I happen to enjoy Transformers.
Yeah.
This
is cute. It's a little chibi
This
guy.
is, I like this. It's definitely, I know a couple people that will be, we'll post this up here. You can see it really well.
And I'll put the name of the artist, too. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. This looks really good. It's Jin Kim Art.
There you go, Jin Kim.
It's actually just right
there.
On the side.
JinKimArt.com.
JinKimArt.com.
We'll link to it. So
And it's signed, right?
It's signed.
It's signed.
He's
right
a super
here.
cool dude.
Yeah.
My roommate's girlfriend was like, "Oh, my friend's boyfriend. This is like 5 degrees of separation."
And we're Kevin Bacon. In this.
Right. My friend's boyfriend has a booth. You should go see him in Artist Alley. And I was like, "Well, what's his name?" And she's like, "I don't know. It's something Korean."
Something Korean.
Jin something. And I was like, "Well, that's not going to happen." And then I just so happened to be around there. And I was like, "Oh, that's probably him." And it was him. So Jin Kim.
Jin Yang.
Jin Yang. Damn it, Jin Yang.
Damn it, Jin Yang.
So yeah, there you go.
You can put that over there.
I'll put
so I'm not holding it the whole
Put
time.
it away. Yep.
Yep.
It's a good idea.
Yep. So
what else is going on? I just finished Stranger Things. If you haven't seen or heard of this,
let's talk about that.
It is a Netflix show that just came out, and it is it's the show that we needed but we didn't deserve.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, everyone should have heard of Stranger Things. If you haven't
Except
watched
for
it,
my mom probably hasn't.
If you haven't watched it because you're like, I don't know if I like it. Listen, you'll like it. There's so many 80s properties you can say, well, it's like this and this. They're all right.
Yeah.
They're all correct.
It's like E.T. meets like X-Files meets Goonies meets
Stand By Me
meets Stephen King meets like everything. It's everything.
It's everything, and it's so well done. Who's your favorite character?
11.
And
the chief.
I was going to Sheriff Hopper. Sheriff Hopper punches his way to the truth and punched his way right into my heart. If there's a problem, he
started off by drinking his way into my heart.
Yes. If there's a problem, Sheriff Hopper will punch his way to it. He'll just punch people until he gets to the bottom of the problem. That's his sheriffing style.
It's so good.
There's a government building over here. Well, I'm just gonna punch my way into it.
And he does.
He just fucking punches his way right into it.
The coolest character I've seen in a while. And
so you know what's funny? After we watched that, Lily and I were just like, what should we watch? And I've heard The Equalizer is good with Denzel Washington, which by the way, Equalizer is great, and he plays a crooked cop. in that, and in my head canon, I feel like Stranger Things, man.
Yeah, man.
Stranger Things takes place after this, after Equalizer, where like he got away from that bad stuff and went to be a small town cop.
I like this head canon.
Yeah, so like he's like took some of the things from the Equalizer. He's like, I'm just gonna punch my way to the problem with these fists.
I believe it.
Yeah, which the Equalizer would have done as well, but with guns. So the Equalizer just shoots his way to the problem, whereas Sheriff Hopper punches his way to the problem.
The Equalizer is the one where there's a girl that's
like so it's Chloe Grace Moretz or whatever. Yeah, she's like a prostitute. She's a prostitute, like a Russian prostitute kind of thing. And he it's cool because he has this past they never really go into.
Okay.
But he's just a guy working at like a Home Depot.
But he used to be a badass.
But he used to be a badass, and he just like helps people in his everyday life. Like there's a guy that he works with that's overweight, and he's trying to help him lose weight. And like anyone he sees, he's like, "I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you." He's just a really good guy. And he's always like reading a book, but like he always starts his watch and then just kicks ass. Nice. Like he stabbed a guy through the throat. He killed a guy with nail guns. Like
standard
he
Denzel
just
Washington.
like I never really thought of like Denzel Washington's always been kind of a badass.
Yeah.
But like this is like Denzel Washington is a badass. Yeah. So I actually seen a lot of movies this last month.
I haven't seen too many.
Saw
Star Trek.
I saw Star Trek. We both saw Star Trek, not together.
Fantastic. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's not a great movie.
It's not a great movie, but it's an entertaining movie.
Great. Yeah, it's
one of those movies that's like if you turn your mind off and just enjoy what you're seeing on the screen. It's fantastic, and it doesn't do anything overtly that makes you turn your mind back on. Mm-hmm. So, like say Batman vs Superman.
They take themselves so seriously.
Or Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, very self-serious.
Yeah,
everything is so heavy.
Yeah, This does not do that. It doesn't.
Because like that's what in the last one with Khan, not Khan.
Khan. It was
more
Khan.
like retcon.
This guy. That's why he's my co-host and I'm the star.
They tried to go that route where they try to make it serious and very weighty. You know, they did the whole like reversal of who's gonna die. You know, and it's stupid. This one is the first original new Star Trek we have.
Yes, it is. It's not. It's not relying on a previously made story like the Star Trek Into Darkness was. It's not like a blatant reboot that the first Star Trek movie is, where they're trying to mix the two and say, "Look, we're Star Trek but different." This is just after all that shit's happened. These guys are going on their merry way, having adventures.
Would you say that's beyond?
I would say it's beyond
Star Trek.
So let's talk about some things from that. First of all, from the trailer, everyone assumed that the motorcycle scene was going to be shit. Wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
But
it was
some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in a big budget.
When he's driving over on the cliff,
it looked like Khaleesi on the back of the fucking dragon.
It was not good CGI, but
it was cool.
It was a cool scene, and it did not feel out of place. It didn't feel like what's his name, Justin Lin.
Yeah.
I did not feel like he's just like, I'm Fast and Furious guy, so we got a motorcycle in here.
Also, Greg Grunberg appearance.
Oh, that's so.
Every fucking time.
Greg Grunberg was actually in the first one voicing Kirk's dad.
Ah.
Just so you know. So if you watch the first Star Trek, the rebooted one, 2009, again, when his stepdad's yelling like, "What are you doing in my car, you little piece of," that's Greg Grunberg's voice. So in this, Greg Grunberg,
much bigger role.
He who was basically when we met Ryan, we said, "Hey, Ryan, you look like Greg Grunberg."
Oh, it was more like you look like
Matt Parkman, because we didn't know his real name at that point.
Right.
We called him Ryan Parkman.
Yep, it's true.
Or just Parkman.
But
it was good.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I highly recommend it. I want to see it again, but like great Mike Graves said.
Yeah.
I want to see it again, but in a living room drinking beer with friends, because that's the kind of movie
it's a movie I want to see an MST3K of,
and it's a movie I would see. I would watch at a party.
Yes, definitely. This is a party movie.
Put it on.
It's not one of those movies like shh, we're watching a movie.
Right.
It's like everyone, movie's on. We're gonna talk and whatever through it.
It was just so much fun, and it was really funny. It's the funniest Star Trek I've ever seen.
That's true. I do like the the Bones Spock dynamic in this movie, because they have a lot of alone time, like a lot of alone time,
and their banter is so
good. It's really good.
Bones is just like my spirit animal, dude. He's like so
Carl
good.
Urban is probably the most spot on of all of the reboot cast. Definitely. I would say.
And rest in peace, Anton Yelchin. That was such a fucking bummer, because he was pretty good in it.
It was. I had to during the beginning of the movie, every time he was on screen, Lily would go, "Oh," like that. I'm like, Lily, you cannot do this. You cannot do this the entire movie. He's gonna have a lot of screen time.
I didn't really like the female alien girl.
I liked her well enough. I mean, she's obviously going to be in the future. She's going to be in the future. She's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
She's going to be. They set it up where she's going to join Star Trek. So do you know who that girl is, though?
That's fucking what's her name? Isn't it Gamora?
No, that's Gamora is Uhura.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
It's the girl who was the girl with no legs in Kingsman.
Oh, I didn't like Kingsman that much. Sorry.
What? The fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't get into it, man.
Watch it again.
Maybe.
Let's see what else. Oh, what did you think of the gay scene?
It was fine. It seemed like it didn't need to be there.
A lot of people blew up.
Yeah.
With this, saying like, "Oh man, they made what's his face?
George Takei.
They made Sulu gay in this. He's not gay in the original."
It just seemed unnecessary because it didn't do anything.
I also didn't feel like I also didn't feel like it was like blatant.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was so quick, and it was like to the point where it's like, okay, why then? I mean, it seemed like okay, it's establishing more to his character.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Well, I think it gave him more of like, okay, we have to protect this because like our families are back in here, and they showed Sulu's family specifically there. So, like, there was, like, a vested interest in it, I
just didn't even feel like Sulu was in the movie that much anyway.
Because he was captured. He was captured, so he's not one of the people running around trying to rescue him.
But Uhura was captured, and she's super in this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
She's very in this movie.
So there's this scene where they start playing Beastie Boys Sabotage, which they've shown off in... Yeah! Oh, man. It's one of those scenes that's just so bad.
It's so
it
bad.
loops right back around to just awesome.
I was just laughing so hard because I couldn't believe what I was
seeing. You can't
seeing.
believe that there's a point where the it's not the Enterprise. They're in some. It's like that original Enterprise. It's the Franklin. Thank you. They're like surfing a curl of those ships while it's blowing up.
Very clearly a wave that is cresting.
Yes.
It's so
of
stupid.
Exploding spaceships.
It's so stupid. Oh my god, it's so stupid. But I loved it.
It took me about an hour or two, maybe even longer than that, to decide if I liked the movie or if I just thought it was ridiculous.
Oh, I came out of that movie smiling. I enjoyed every second of it.
It was good. I recommend seeing it. And we just gave away most of the movie, and I don't care.
It doesn't matter, honestly.
It doesn't matter. Just go see it. You'll
it's like
still
Jurassic
enjoy
World.
It. You'll still enjoy it knowing everything that's going to happen. There's nothing like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming kind of thing. It was pretty funny.
And there wasn't a whole lot of Spock-Kirk screen time.
No.
But the time they had on screen was super gay.
It was
super gay.
It was pretty gay.
They were like old
they have a
lovers.
bromance going on.
Well, I know. Well, everyone online is, the fandom is pissed because it's like, well, why don't you make fucking Kirk and Spock gay then? If you're going to make Sulu gay.
Don't tempt us.
Because,
Don't fucking tempt us.
They are meant to be. They're meant to be.
Kirk X Spock.
Yeah, Kirk X Spock.
Yeah.
What else have you seen?
I watched American Ultra.
I want to see that. Matt
Honestly,
Landis.
it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Kristen Stewart was pretty good in it. Jesse Eisenberg was pretty good. It was a good movie.
I want to see it super bad.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it a lot. I really did.
I watched Bojack Horseman.
Oh my god! So Bojack Horseman.
Will Arnett.
It took me about
Aaron
6
Paul.
episodes of that show to get into that show.
It's the first season is tough.
I can't tell you the exact point at which I started liking the movie, the show.
It was
highly recommend.
The 3 kids on his shoulder.
So at one point, adult man. At one point, one of the character, she's Bojack's agent. Her boyfriend is basically 3 kids in a trench coat
with brooms as hands.
Brooms as hands, and he goes, "I'm going to the business factory today," shit like that. That obviously a little kid would say because he has no idea what adults do.
And Bojack is the only one.
He's the only one that knows, that realizes that this is like 3 kids in a trench coat.
But I love that show. The latest season.
That ending though, man.
It was fucked, man.
It was fucked.
Fantastic.
I can't recommend Bojack Horseman enough.
And so that's why it took me so long to watch Stranger Things, because I was like, I have to finish Bojack first.
Bojack straddles that line between dark and depressing and funny. And it does it really well because it's very real.
What else? Movies. I want to see...
Well,
I have to go see Suicide Squad. I have to. I don't want to
go see Suicide Squad. The only person I've heard talk positively about it was my friend Joe Troutman,
my friend Jeff talked positively about it.
And then Jeremy Johns, who I usually agree with.
I know.
On movie. He liked it. He said it was a great movie, and I haven't heard anyone else say that.
Yeah.
At least not that's like a professional movie reviewer.
Friends, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some friends like it, but I don't trust any of my friends' movie opinions.
One of my friends, his one-word review was garbage.
Garbage.
The thing I don't get.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna repeat this as much as I can.
Yeah.
Is Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And his whole method acting bullshit, sending gifts, dead pigs or whatever the fuck, and rats to his coworkers.
Yeah.
For 7 fucking minutes of screen time.
Yeah, he did a lot of shit for
nothing.
For nothing.
Why? You're not even in the fucking movie, bro. It's just for publicity. And that's what makes me angry about it, is that it's all in the name of art. Oh no, I did this for
He's an actor.
I'm an actor. I took a different approach to
he's
character.
He's basically the modern day Daniel Day-Lewis.
But terrible.
I mean, but if Daniel Day-Lewis was awful at acting.
I know. I'm a deranged psychopath who puts on clown makeup. I'm gonna tattoo damaged on my forehead.
And I'll give Jimmy Fallon a
garden snake. Okay, I don't care. So some people pointed out to me, oh well, he knew that Jimmy Fallon doesn't like snakes. That is still the stupidest fucking thing. Oh, the Joker was thinking about you, Jimmy.
So he gave you a garden snake.
He asked me to give you this gift. And Jimmy Fallon's like, oh, okay, well, I guess okay, gift. Oh, snake! Fuck you, dude. Fuck both of you. That's a stupid, like, that's the most family-friendly PG-13 version of a classic character that I can possibly think of.
It's like, oh no, he gave me a severed head with a body still attached to it. Like, what the fuck? That's just not, that's not anything.
God damn it. I hate, so everyone's saying that Margot Robbie is Harley, is good.
Sure.
But, I mean, not incredible. It's just
good. I've heard a lot of really bad lines from her, though.
Well, because the writing's terrible. The writing is terrible.
The writing is awful.
I'm
I heard that Will Smith is pretty good. And actually, the most surprising thing I've heard is Jai Courtney is pretty good.
That was what some reviewer was like, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Jai Courtney was not bad.
Yeah. And I think he took over for Tom Hardy's character.
Yes, he was supposed to be in it.
Yeah. But you know what, Tom Hardy? Good on you. You got out of that movie, and you saw where it was going, and you got right the fuck out. Good on you.
But yeah, I heard that. So Deadshot is the main character, which of course, because it's
I've heard it's kind of both Deadshot and
Harley.
And Harley.
Yeah. I've heard. It's just all like things I've heard from people, but like. I wasn't surprised when the reviews started rolling in, and it was like at a 30-something%.
Yeah, it started at like a 37 or 39%.
But then did you see that somebody made a petition to have Rotten Tomatoes banned from the internet?
Which is dumb. You can't. Well, first of all, you can't do that. Second of all, like it's just an aggregator.
Don't you wish that you could? I wish Obama himself could come down.
This website is no longer a thing.
He just walks into Rotten Tomatoes headquarters and like, sorry
disbanded.
Guys, we're shutting this down. And then of course you have the scrappy IT guys like trying to keep it alive from the inside. And meanwhile,
it's like a resistance fighter.
Absolutely. And the government comes in with all their soldiers and they take the servers, but they still have like one. Server
I would watch this movie, and I feel like it's going to be a better movie than Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. It's what would the title of the movie be? Something about tomatoes. Stronger tomato. No. Fresh. The movie.
Certified Fresh.
Certified Fresh. Certified Fresh this summer.
Certify this.
I think we can pitch this.
Okay.
I think we can pitch this movie.
I'll get my people on it. I've got people now.
What is that?
It is a Rockstar and vodka.
Is that the...
Dude, if my piss looked like this, I would have medical issues.
I was going to say, is that the Jesse Eisenberg special?
Yes.
Lex Luthor.
Peach tea. Granny's peach tea.
The worst. So you watched the
extended... I watched the extended edition of that.
Yeah.
It does make it a little more comprehensible.
Like, it's not a mess. It's not like a jumbled mess.
No,
but it's
like,
still not good.
So the flamethrower guy at the end of the movie, who's also kind of in the beginning, he flamethrows all the people that get shot to make it look like it's Superman's laser beams, which makes more sense than in the film release. It's just people getting shot, and you're like, why the fuck would people think Superman killed those people?
Yeah.
He doesn't shoot people. At no point in any Superman thing, even in this, has Superman shot anybody with a gun.
It just makes it Lex Luthor's plan makes no sense.
No.
And it's the backbone of the movie, and so if you have such a rocky foundation, the rest of the movie...
tenuous foundation.
The rest of the movie just can't stand on that.
No.
And he tried his hardest. Jesse Eisenberg, bless his heart, tried his hardest with the shit that he was given. But...
it was 100% the writing. I think that's DC's biggest problem right now. Isn't the directing, although Zack Snyder, you're not the greatest, please stop.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. He's pretty terrible.
It's 100% the writing. The writing is bad.
I feel like he's becoming the next.
What do you feel about the Wonder Woman movie though? You saw the trailer for it.
Looks good, but
Woman. What about the Justice League one? The Justice League trailer.
I did with Rick and Morty in the background.
Yes,
here's my thing about the Justice League.
Okay.
And I'm going to get close and personal with this one.
Please.
So the Justice League trailer.
Well, it was like a weird.
It's half and half. It's the bad parts are Aquaman.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going the route of super serious, takes himself way too seriously, angry, two-dimensional character.
Sure.
All he does the entire trailer is
scowl.
He has no lines. There is one cool scene, a shot where he's like drinking a bottle of something, and, like throws it on the ground while there's like huge waves crashing behind him. It's cool, but it means nothing ultimately. It's just completely
superfluous.
It's completely superfluous.
And word.
His whole thing in the movie is just Batman's talking to him, saying, "Oh, the King's Tide came in, and you show up, and blah blah blah," and he's just like, That's all he does.
Yeah.
You realize that's
he's basically Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
He's like water Khal Drogo.
But the thing that makes me mad is because I was complaining about that on the social networks.
And social medias?
And only people who gave a shit about me talking shit on him were girls. And
because he's cute.
And their only counterpoint was that he's
cute,
adorable. He's a meaty, cock hungry goblin.
Let's talk about the Flash.
Fantastic, but as Cody pointed out, it's just Peter Parker. It's just fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I like it though.
So apparently, the Flash is also in Suicide Squad.
Really?
Yeah, he's part of. I think he's one of the because they kind of all the villains in there kind of have an origin of how they got sent to the jail, and the Flash is what puts one of them away.
Cool.
I don't remember which one.
I like the actor. I like the way what they're doing with him, even though it's just what Marvel is doing with Peter Parker. But,
which makes more sense as Spider-Man.
And it does make sense for the Flash too.
I guess you're right. He's a nerdy science guy.
Yeah, and I like that Batman is old and grizzled, and Flash is young and fucking pure. He's too pure for this world. He's a little cinnamon roll.
You like my little prince?
Sweet little. Oh, isn't it good? Did you watch it?
Dude, now on Netflix? Yes, I actually teared up.
Really?
I did.
Can I tell you? Can I say something?
Yeah.
I teared up a lot during Stranger Things.
No
joke.
There's a lot of scenes in there.
There was one scene though where like it wasn't even sad. I was so happy that I got teary eyed. I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I can't believe
there's a lot of feels in that movie.
I can't believe we got this.
So
we do not deserve this show.
If you haven't seen Stranger Things, I mean,
we don't deserve it.
So
keep that in mind while you're watching it. We didn't do anything to deserve this show.
At some point, they just stopped caring about Barb.
I know. I felt so bad. It's because she's the ugly friend. They don't care about her.
At first, that's what's her name? What's Nancy? Yeah, that's like her motivation to hang out.
Barb, I gotta find
Barb. That's the reason I'm in this. Barb, I'm fighting my friend Barb.
And not until the last episode do they even mention her name again.
Yeah, it's just they stop.
Poor
caring.
Barb.
Poor Barb.
And they never show her mom.
No.
They don't show any of the fault.
No.
I mean, with Will, it's like, oh my god, we have to find Will. I'm going crazy.
Well, the whole show is about finding Will.
Right. But with Barb, like, they don't give
Barb
a shit.
also gets taken, like, on episode
she ran
3,
away.
And then it's like, well, fuck it.
Even though it's totally out of character to run away for her, she did.
Yeah.
She ran away. She's gone. 11's the best, though.
11 is good.
Sorry, what were you going to say about Little Prince?
So Little Prince is an interesting story. It was made. Like, the studio that made it.
Was it Studio Ghibli?
I don't know. It wasn't Studio Ghibli. It's like a CGI, but it's also like weirdly like paper mache kind of stop motion. But I think it's all done still with. It looks like it's done with CGI or computers, but it just looks like paper.
Yeah.
But it's really well done. It's a little slow, but it's a good story, and I don't want to like just watch it.
Yeah.
But
it's on Netflix.
The studio like it has like Jeff Daniels. It has Paul Rudd. It has. It has Rachel McAdams.
Cast.
It does. It has a lot of big people in it. And they made it. They finished it. And they're like, you know what? We're just not going to release it.
That sucks.
And it's set. I think it was supposed to come out like last year sometime. Mm-hmm. And then Netflix picked it up. Like, yeah, we'll release it. And they did. And it's really good. And this is my conspiracy. I'm putting my conspiracy hat. After seeing it, I'm 100% positive the studio thought the movie had too much of an anti-capitalist like that was the takeaway lesson from it was that capitalism was bad.
Nice.
Because the big bad guy in the movie
well, it's like the Lego movie. The Lego
wants
movie
to buy he's buying all the stars and he's making everybody work and that's bad.
Right.
So I feel like they saw that and they're like, you know what? This movie is too anti-capitalist. We're going to get too much backlash from this. So they didn't release it. Mm-hmm. And Netflix just doesn't give a shit.
They're doing great work. They're doing God's work.
But watch it. It's really well done.
Watch Stranger Things.
That's
watch
also
Bojack.
You know, Stranger Things got rejected by every network. Every network
boggles my fucking
mind.
But I'm so glad that it did.
You know what? Thank you, networks, for being so short-sighted that you made Netflix start Stranger Things, because that is why one day you will stop being a thing and Netflix will still be a thing. Anyway, I'm rambling. None of this matters. Watch the things that we've been talking about,
especially the Stranger Things.
The Stranger Things, the better. How much are you looking forward to the soundtrack for Stranger Things?
Oh my god, that was like, I saw somebody do a cover of the theme song, like the opening credits, and he had like 20 fucking synthesizers, and it's like the do 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 do. It. I didn't feel okay. The last time I felt the way I felt about Stranger Things was when I watched Donnie Darko for the first time.
Wow.
Donnie Darko, when I was like 15, I freaked out. I was like, I can't believe this is real. It's like everything that I love about everything.
Yeah.
It's like all in one little package.
Interesting.
And this is a much bigger package.
Yes, it was.
And oh god, dude, I just
someone tried to compare this Stranger Things to Lost, and what I said was no.
Totally disagree.
No, I said no. First of all, the people writing this have a story to tell.
Right.
Versus we're just making shit up that might be cool.
Right.
Like they have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
And all the character interactions and the problems they have with each other are so real.
Yes.
But yeah, I think my
there's
favorite
Lucas,
was the toothless guy.
Dustin.
Dustin
is easily... He's like the voice of reason.
He's the voice of reason. He's the one that curses the most.
Yes.
He calls everyone a bastard or a son of a bitch. And, and that's the best part, is like these kids cuss. They are out late. Yeah. They're always on their bikes.
They're riding their bikes everywhere. Yeah.
It's totally 80s.
What I do want to say is the teacher who has...
I was like, he has to be gay. He has to be gay. And then he has like this really hot Asian wife or girlfriend or something.
Girlfriend. No, because he's totally... you could tell they're like on a date night.
They're watching the thing.
And he's definitely trying to get her scared for some cuddle time.
Yes.
Like that is the goal, is he's trying to get her scared.
But he has the perfect 80s.
He has the 80s mustache. Yeah. He's that 80s quintessential nerd kind of thing who is a teacher.
What do they say about like the dark void or whatever, what's the underworld?
The upside down.
The upside down?
The upside down.
But they tell him it's like the dark something. The dark veil. And he's like, the dark veil, where evil reigns, and
yes.
Like,
well, it was a Dungeons and Dragons reference,
right?
Because they play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's clear that he does too. And he kind of takes a shining to them because they're in like the AV club kind of thing. But I love that he puts that date on hold to answer this kid's questions, it's like he's like, yeah, I'm about to get some, but let me tell you about this stuff. Like, let me answer your questions.
You told us to never close the door on curiosity.
if it had been me, I'd have been like, no, fuck you, I'm trying to get some. And then I would have just hung up.
The whole first season, I just completely blew through.
Devoured.
I had to. You can't stop. It's structured so perfectly that every episode ends with a cliffhanger, which is resolved in the first 5 minutes of the next episode.
It took Lily and I 4 days to finish it because I'm like, no, like, we have to, like... and so somewhere in my head it made sense to try to ration it. Right. But we made it 4 days, so it's not like it really mattered how far we rationed it, because we still have like another year or whatever till the second season comes out.
It took me 15 hours to devour it.
Yeah,
I'd been waiting for it, and it was hyped up so much in my mind that once it started, I got it, it clicked, and I couldn't stop. And I want more. I want this to be...
Did you watch it again?
Actually, yeah, because I have a bunch of friends that I know would like it.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to experience it through their eyes.
Yeah.
Because I know how I reacted. I fucking cried, man. I got so teary-eyed.
What were your thoughts on Steven, the boyfriend of Nancy?
He was a piece of shit. I hated him until the last episode.
Yeah, he has like a character arc. He has like a redemption, which is great. What about...
He finally tells his friends. It's 80s. It's
like,
you have the asshole kids, the jocks, the pieces of shit that are like...
What about the brother? The Will's brother. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic.
So at first we were like, well, he's taking pictures of people. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, but
like,
he's a weird kid.
He's a weird kid.
He's like the loner.
He is the loner.
You have all the tropes.
But what's cool about normally, if this were an '80s movie, Nancy would have dumped Steven and gotten with...
Spoiler alert.
With Jonathan.
This is spoilers.
I guess. Come on. It's been a month. You should have seen it.
It's all relationships, and the thing is, like the mom, Will's mom, Winona Ryder and the Chief have like a history.
Yes, they do. They clearly have a history.
And like, I want to explore that.
Yeah.
I want them to get back together, maybe, and
or
probably
get together in some fashion.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to 40s and 20s and watching.
You've been watching this.
And
good job.
Subscribe for more videos. Go to Mike's channel.
Yeah, you can go to my channel too if you want.
YouTube.com/Mike Case.
Yeah.
Kaess.
Nailed it.
I always do. And watch his unboxings. There's tons of boxes here.
I also do reviews on figures and Star Wars videos.
Raphael, I choose you.
Don't. All right.
Did I get it?
Nope. You have to weaken it first. It's in Pokemon Go.
Thanks for listening to 40s and 20s. We are on dreadwaves.com. We're part of the Dreadwaves community.
Check that out downstairs as well.
And go to, you know what, you got Jin Kim Art.
Check that out downstairs as well.
Go to the guy who did the Die Homer.
I'm going to post that down there as well.
Buy more Transformers.
You don't have to, yeah. That's what I do.
Just you can just look at those. I mean,
look at my Transformers.
He has a problem.
I do have a problem.
Has anyone like seriously approached you and be like, dude, you need to stop. You need to calm down?
No.
Wow. So I think that needs to happen. I think somebody who loves you needs to tell you that you have a definite problem.
No.
Yeah. You're drowning in Transformers, bro. There's an unopened Galvatron right here.
There is. I bought it the other day at Toys R Us and I just haven't opened it yet. I just wanted to own. I do have a problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Let's do a song.
Okay. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Should I stay or should I go? Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Should I go now?
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Should I stay or should I go now? There will be trouble. If I stay, it will be double. But you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go? This indecision's bugging me. It's a fucking left eye. Does it no need to rust me? I wanna go to unless it's black. And that you wanna get me back. But you gotta let me know. Should I shoot it or should I blow?